Well, I was really worried that the boss was gonna be really scary considering some of them are, but that one wasn't that bad.
One more time. Is Chidori your real name? What kind of organization is SEGA? Are there others besides you three?
Hey! Wait, Junpei! You're not supposed to be here, remember?
Chidori!
Junpei! Sorry. He wouldn't stop asking about where she was.
How are you feeling? Looks like you calmed down now.
She certainly has. In fact, she won't say a word. Maybe we should confiscate her sketchbook, too.
Come on, you don't have to go that far. Taking that away isn't gonna make her talk.
I'm not so sure. She was quite upset when we took her evoker. Speaking of which, where did you get your hands on that?
Michia. Give it back to me! I want her back!
Hey, didn't I tell you not to bring that up?
What else am I supposed to do? I'll have someone else try next time.
Why? Why did you take her from me? Tia.
Takeba, call a nurse. We're done for today. I'll let Ikutsuki-san know we're having difficulties.
Oh, okay. Come on, Junpei. Let's go.
So did we just
Chidori,
generally bring her to a hospital?
what happened to you?
Is there anything stopping her from going home? Like, are we really holding her and interrogating her? Or what's going on here? There's no school today. It's almost time for the home shopping show. Percentage of people end up getting the newer Steam achievements that you got. Oh. Just to see like how many people were like this interested in the game. Dodging lightning defeated the hermit. 47.9% of players have this achievement. So a little bit under half of owners of this game have liked it enough to get to where I have. Mitsura's influence, so... Oh yeah, the super rich influential family plays an irritatingly catchy song comes from the speakers, so maybe that. Yeah, looks like. Though that kind of thing is also really common with a whole lot of games. I'm honestly surprised it's that high. Hello everyone, welcome to the home shopping show. Tanaka's amazing commodities. Okay, you're surprised about like it being high as well, I would assume in that case. Because yeah, it is, unless you're saying it's a lot of people that quit. Because, yeah, I mean, on average, there's also a lot of people that'll buy a game, put a few hours into it, and then like never continue it, is the case. So it doesn't really properly encompass those that are willing to put in like quite a lot amount of hours. Yeah, I honestly expect it to be lower as well. Like, if you want an exact number, it's 47.9, if I didn't say that before. I might have said that before. Which, yeah, I'm honestly surprised that it's that high as well. Expected it to be super less, that most people would quit if this game has been such a drag. Yeah, honestly. Like, so just very slightly under half? I'm honestly surprised. You never do that, put a few hours into a game and then quit. We'll show you great products at unbeatable prices, so don't touch that dial, because you won't want to miss these. Today we're introducing the Luxury Brand Set. If you've always dreamed of showing off your very own luxury goods, now's the chance. First up, we have the brand purse. With this, you'll fit right in with the celebrities. Oh my goodness, it's so wonderful. But wait, there's more. We'll throw in this brand wallet too. Guess how many? One. What's the point of them? What do I do with them? And when can I buy them? Basically, if I see an ad for something, I'm buying it immediately. Next time, we'll be introducing a foolproof disaster prevention set. Don't miss it. That's it for today. We're all sold out. Sorry, folks. We'll see you next Sunday. Same time, same channel. Shopping program is over. But hey, you're close to the good shit. I'm glad to hear it. Because, man, has it been a bit of a drag for so long. Reminds you of Detective Pikachu with that game being, like, such a drag. I don't think that game even had all that much of good stuff. At least this game is apparently leading up to good stuff. Even though this is already an over 100-part series. Now that last stream brought up to 103, so it's probably part like 105 or 106 now by something, or something like that. Also, I really hope that the whole Twitch metadata thing that I was having issues with before is fixed, and I don't have to download the stream and render each part individually. Hopefully I can just use the highlighter tool, but we'll see. So that's Mr. Moon guy. There's that guy. There's Hayase and here. Let's hang out with, wait a second. What was he again? Wait, I can just check right here. He was Sun. I do not have a Sun right now. I can go get a Sun. That's a completely different game. At least here, the game is always giving you new content, even if it's mostly the same. So if Pikachu stayed in the same place for so long, yeah, because you had to investigate and find out all the info about where some random guy lost his sandwich or something like that. So you can find out that it was this Pokemon that was up to some mischief before you, like, stuff like that, before you got to anything remotely interesting. Hope you'll like the game getting good. I hope so. Because, like, Persona 3, 4, and 5, I've always heard good things about, but it's only been recently in the channel's history that I've started playing them at all. I mean, it's been like that with a lot of series. It's like, I heard amazing things about Metal Gear for so long, and I only got to that in, like, the last couple of years around here. I heard amazing things about Final Fantasy, and I only started that this weekend on the channel. So I'm really looking forward to it getting good, but, like...
Welcome to the Velvet Room.
We'll see here. I'm getting, like, so fed up with this game. This game better blow my socks off, or I'm just gonna feel like this has been, like, the biggest waste of time ever. I'm 60 hours into this game. It already feels like the biggest waste of time ever, I'm gonna be honest. At this point. It's the summon. Son, give me this guy. Thanks. Nobody recommended it. I just played Persona 5 and really loved it despite it taking so long, and this came out. It was a new release. It came out in February. I'm still on it because it's a remake of Persona 3. So I was like, all right, well, it's a new release, so I'll play it while people are interested in it. Strike while the iron's hot here. I'm still ongoing with it. Yeah, it released this past February, and it's been going on and off since then. So it's not like it was an old release that I started playing. Like, this is a new release that just came out this year. But it's a remake of an old release that came out 2006, I believe. And they tried to keep, like, obviously the main story and stuff like that pretty faithful, even if the gameplay's been, like, very changed around. But man, this story is so boring for so long! Was the game that you heard was better than 4? No, people are constantly telling me that 4 is, like, leagues better. I was just playing this because it's, like, a new release. It's the brand new Persona game of this year, so I wanted to play it. Oh, sorry. If you don't mind, please stay till I've caught my breath. So, yeah, after I played Persona 5, I was like, hey, I might as well play the new game. The new remake here. Here, I need my tab for, Persona 3 Reload Social Link Guide. Well, I already knew it was gonna be long. I didn't realize it was gonna be boring. I didn't realize here. Control F for Sun. This guy here. And we're going from 2 to 3. But yeah. Think of it. And let's see here. I think a big problem is that basically all the social links have no benefits aside Fusion XP and Ultimate Personas. Yeah, I really liked how in 5 there was like the additional gameplay benefits and reasons to grow bonds with more characters. And this is like, what else here? One of recommended Final Fantasy 16 you if it wasn't a spectacular game. Yeah, like, I really like it so far. Like, if I was just playing whatever I wanted to play tonight for fun, I would have streamed Final Fantasy 16 tonight between my 3 options of that, 3 Reload, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Oh yeah, and I gotta finish Unicorn Overlord at some point, and now I've kind of forgotten about that because I have other games on the mind. I would have chosen that. It's just that I just finished with, like, my last big grinding session that I had time for, so it's like, okay, I may as well go ham on this for a little while. So, yeah. And AC Odyssey, like, I'm just so fed up with AC Odyssey at this point, but I gotta get through it. And I do have some more big story updates that I can share now, what with the whole situation with my truck, so, like, I'll stream that again in the near future. And then I'll stream Final Fantasy 16 and have, like, a whole bunch of fun. And one of the things I was gonna mention earlier, but yeah, I should have done research on 3 first before playing it. Well, I figured I might want to do it at some point anyway, and this remake was an excuse to do it. Again, like, I figured it would be super long. I just didn't realize it would be, like, so dang boring for so long, because whenever anyone talks about it, they're like, oh yeah, it's such an amazing game, and it does, like, such cool things with the story. No one ever talks about how, how it just sucks for the first 60 hours. Yeah, 4 is the best in the series, League's better than 3. 3 has been so fucking disappointing. I might have asked this once before, and if I have and, like, forgot the answer, I apologize, but, John Wildcat, was this your first experience playing Persona 3 as well, was with Reload? Persona introduced your party members getting a new persona at the end of their link, and you are basically incentivized to hang out with them, but P5 does fix that, or Persona 4 does fix that. So I'll definitely look forward to playing P4 one day here. Spend time with Kamiki, yeah, I'll do that in a second. one last thing I remembered to mention, it is spooky month. Sometimes I'll have like a playthrough ongoing for the month of spooky month. And then like one special game that, yeah, I figured so with like the correction with that. And then like for the actual spooky day of Halloween, I do like a special short playthrough. And in terms of games upcoming that I want to for sure play on the channel that aren't necessarily horror games per se, but like fit under the spooky umbrella, there's 3 of them. There's The Walking Dead Season 2, because I did Season 1 last year. There's The Last of Us Part 2, because I did Part 1... Was it last year? Was it early this year? It was last year, I'm fairly certain. So I may as well do the follow-up to that. And there's Bloodborne. Bloodborne is going to be the most time-consuming by far, since I do all the Soulsborne games, all bosses, so I don't think I want to do that one yet. Apparently, The Walking Dead Season 2 is about a 10-hour game, so it's like, okay, I can do that in one really long stream, so I think Walking Dead Season 2 makes the most sense for, like, Spooky Day. Spooky Month in general, I could potentially add Last of Us Part 2 if I want. I don't want to play Demon Souls if it has the Dark Souls 2 mechanic of reducing your health each time you fail. That's gotta be, like, my least favorite mechanic in any video game ever. If I ever do that, like, it would be, like, the very last one that I have to complete the Soulsborne series. It's not the hardest game ever, but it sounds really annoying if it has that one mechanic. If I ever do it, it would be the last one of the Soulsborne series, because that one game mechanic is literally my least favorite mechanic I've ever seen in a video game. Which is the hardest? I don't know. Dark Souls 2, because it's the hardest to not get bored and quit. That's the hardest one. Just half your health after dying in human form. Ugh. Gross, man. Anyway, if I wanted to have a game to do throughout Spooky Month as a Spooky Month playthrough, I could play Last of Us Part 2, and it could be, like, spookily bad if we wanna put that twist on it. The question is, do I really want to do that while the game queue is already, like, so small? Like, keep it like this. Like, I have played through Last of Us Part 2 once with my family just to get the story since we watched Season 1 together of the show. So even if I play on the hardest difficulty, because I've played it once before and I know what to expect, I could probably get through it pretty decently fast. It's not super long. And again, I'm playing on the hardest difficulty when I was playing on the normal difficulty with family. But I feel like, now that I have experience with it, it wouldn't take super long. I'd say leave the schedule the way it is now. And yeah, I know I can do Part 2, like, whenever. I could always do, like, a poll on the channel or something like that. When was the last time your game schedule was this small? Yeah, there do be that. And there's the new Mario Party coming out partway through the month, but, like, that won't be super long. I'll showcase each of the game modes and each of the boards once. And that'll be a decent few streams, but, like, it can be very on and off. It's not gonna be, like, a very strict on the schedule thing. It'll be the kind of thing that I play whenever I have friends to play it with. So, like, it's not really gonna be an ongoing playthrough per se, but it'll be a time-to-time series. And first time playing through Persona 3 and you're still playing through. Okay, gotcha. Here, let's do this. So, I would like to have a Spooky Day game, because I always have a Spooky Day game. The only one of those 3 that I could realistically have as a Spooky Day game is going to be Walking Dead Season 2. That's the only one I could see myself beating in, like, one long session. And then the HalloLAN, which is, like, the Mega FPS Halloween-themed LAN party that's going on in the 3rd weekend of November. I figure for that one, I'll do Metroid Prime 3 Corruption, because it, like, is sort of under the umbrella of Spooky, where it's, like, Samus is dealing with, like, the corruption of Phazon and trying to not get corrupted, and as it's spreading across the galaxy and yada yada. Because I have to get through Metroid Prime anyway. So I figure like, hey, that fits sort of for HalloLAN, especially because I want to do it anyway. And I really would not want to stream Last of Us Part 2 at a big community hall LAN party, because there are several sex scenes in the game. And I am not going to stream that in a public venue. No thank you. So, well, I could have done that there. I'd rather do Metroid Prime 3. I could do something like Bloodborne at an event like that, but the last time that I streamed a Soulsborne game for a super duper extended period of time, I lost my mind. I was about to say last time was 24-hour Cherry Stream 5 with Dark Souls 3. But I think I actually did like a 12-hour stream of Shadow of the Erdtree when that first came out, or was it an 8-hour stream? I don't remember. But it could be kind of really taxing on me streaming one of those games straight. And I have to get through Prime 3 before Prime 4 anyway. So, I mean, maybe a future year, maybe next year HoloLand, maybe I'd feel like doing Bloodborne or something, I don't know. Anyway, let's do this. I've been stalling enough. This is why this game sucks as like a stream game. This is really a good game to be playing on one's own time rather than streaming.
Starting to settle down.
With how long this game drags on, this would be a great game to play while watching YouTube or something on the side until it gets good. Honestly.
I have to face this alone. Why am I the one? I can't run around like I did as a child anymore. Because my legs and heart won't even let me. All that's left is to draw my sheets around me and count the beats of my heart until they stop forever. Why is this only happening to me?
I couldn't say.
Of course not. No one could. I don't even know. I mean, I understand the reason I'm dying, but what even is the meaning of it? There isn't any meaning to life that I can find. So perhaps I'm not missing all that much. I wish I could run away. But if my body were capable of that, I wouldn't be here anyway. No matter what I do, my body is there to remind me I'm going to die. Why? Why me? Please don't leave just yet. It's almost too much for me if I'm alone.
Try not to talk so much.
Yes, you're right.
As I just sit here and do nothing but listen.
I'd still like to talk for just a little
Why don't I
longer.
talk? Keep the conversation going and then you don't have to exert yourself. I'll just sit here silently.
Thank you.
My presence is comforting to Kamiki. I feel like our relationship is stronger. Also, I probably will be rambling from time to time here about different things, but like, I am gonna try and have this be like the last stream where I relatively speed run through these days.
It's starting
Holy
to
crap,
get
this
dark.
game is taking
Don't
forever.
worry, I'll be fine now.
So I'm gonna try to not go on these
I
tangents
hope
for
I can see you again
too
soon.
long. Because a game like this, it has to pause when I'm going on these tangents. I much prefer streaming games where I can keep on playing while I go on tangents, but because this is just like one cutscene to another, it's kind of hard to do that. But yeah, would that even be allowed in an event like that? I don't know. Like, it is a family-friendly kind of event, like there's kids and stuff that come and play games, but I do hear like some of the adults playing multiplayer games with one another, like swearing in the distance in the venue. So like, I don't know. I'm sure that there's probably like some VODs that you can find of Persona 3 Reload even in that same venue, because it's always the same venue there. Janland and Mega FPS, it's the same place that we're going for a Mega Land coming, or for a HoloLand coming up here, where maybe in one of these previous Persona 3 parts you might have heard like somebody just swearing in the background. I know it's been during some of my streams. I don't know if it was during Persona or what it was during, but I know I've heard people swear there before. Nah, do you know what I should play Last of Us Part 2? I should play Last of Us Part 2 during Extra Life at the beginning of November. Just blatantly be streaming like these sex scenes in the middle of West Edmonton Mall on the ice rink, which is just fully open to the public, and all the mall goers going by and like the thousands of people that go into the mall each day. That's where I should stream Last of Us Part 2. That's a good idea here. Yeah, put some Family Guy on the bottom half, that'll fix it. There's a mandatory ring in the first level in Demon Souls that makes a soul form be 75% HP instead of 50%, and the game is balanced around soul form, so human form is more of a buff, but you have to deal with invaders. Probably better to think of human form in Demon Souls to be like a buff, like the Embers in Dark Souls 3, then Halloween in Dark Souls 2, then because the devs know that you'll be like that most of the time. Okay, so it's more like the Embers in that case. Like, it doesn't decrease with each subsequent death like Dark Souls 2, because I hated that mechanic so much. I mean, you should have done the tangent about your truck during the boss, honestly. Yeah, I probably should have. Like, I figured I didn't want to do it during the boss, because I thought, what if the boss is really hard and I have to concentrate, but I then just didn't. But yeah, swearing is fine, but sex scenes, you can't imagine what... Yeah, that's what I would guess, most likely. It's a game that came out recently that you hear is extremely addicting. It's called TCG Simulator. It's all about trading cards, I assume. Hey. Koromaru can go for a walk. Here, I'll go for a walk if there's like Moon Guy. Here, I'll save and then reload if, I'll do the name of the game. If, No, I don't need extra bond with you, so I'll reload that. I just want to see if I get Moon Guy one night. That's what I want to do. because I need the up with him. And what was I about to say? Oh yeah, when it comes, we'll see these properly in a hot second. When it comes to Extra Life, I was in talks with Extra Life about potentially running a Smash tournament there for a little while, but it sounds like that probably won't end up working out with, like, the setup or schedule. I think it's more about the setup, where they'd have, like, a booth to be able to put me in the public area. So now there's talks about just, load data. It was this one, right? Now there's talks about running, like, a free PlayStation. So I think I'd still like to go down the route of doing pinball, because it's funny, with my 24-hour cherry stream at West Ed. But it sounds like we might figure out, like, some sort of time slot that's, like, an hour or two, where I just go and host, like, a station on the stage for people to come up and play Smash and stuff. And I was chatting with them being like, if I did that, would I be allowed to still stream it? Like, run a USB extension cable from my setup to the stage, and then, like, the stream can keep going? I probably wouldn't be able to commentate, because I'm there at the stage, like, running things and letting people play the game and being like, who wants to play? What kind of game mode do you want to do? And letting anybody that's just passing through the mall come up and play and, like, potentially donate to a good cause. But, it'd still be fun to keep the stream going, rather than, like, stream ends and then is back later, and then you can see what's going on as I run, like, a public event in West Edmonton Mall, which would be a really cool thing to be able to say that I did. Like, so I definitely would not mind. So yeah, that's what's going on for Extra Life. What is killing my frame rate, by the way? Like, is it my video editor that's open with the current Zelda Echoes of Wisdom project? Because I feel like the frame rate has just been really not so great. I'm gonna kill my video editor. Make sure that that's saved. Anything else notable that I can kill? I don't think so. My graphic design software, but that's taking, like, no resources. I click back on the game. Maybe it was that. It feels better. Look, the frame rate looks better. But yeah, it's just a flat 50% without the ring, and killing a boss or using a certain item gives you a health buff until you die. Interesting. Here's to know how many bosses there are in this game. Too many. Jesus Christ, that took too long to log into PS5. That's the Nintendo Switch for you. What? Well, this is kind of coming out of nowhere, but you like some coffee right now? I don't drink coffee. I only drink water, juice, and sometimes milk. I don't really drink anything else much of ever. Not the instant stuff, but with properly ground beans and all that. I saw someone prepare coffee on a show, and I wanted to try doing it myself. Sure, Acoustic-san, if you don't mind, could you be my taste tester? Sure, kid. Okay, I'll get started right away.
Ugh, the inside of my mouth still tastes salt.
Yeah, I had the Zelda
coffee
game
is
stream
made
open in my video editor.
It's the only way to
This game isn't being run on my
experience
Nintendo
the
Switch.
taste
The Switch would
The one from
explode.
Brazil is very smooth, while the Kilimanjaro one is more sour and full-bodied.
Where's today's from?
Oh, it's called a value pack blend. I bought it at the supermarket. Does the quality of the beans really affect the flavor that much? Maybe I'll try some better ones next time. Anyways, sorry for the sudden invite, but they say that drinking coffee can help you relax and concentrate better. I just thought something like that might benefit us in our upcoming battles. And I figured if I could learn to make good coffee, people might find that useful. I'll do some more research.
Okay, Sojuro.
I can tell there's room for improvement.
Is the game too quiet? It looks like it might be quiet
Sorry
over
for
on
asking you to
OBS.
help me clean up.
I think I might have adjusted things weirdly for
Please,
Final
take
Fantasy
the leftovers
16.
with you. Although,
Something. Whoops. No, I don't need to adjust my capture card. Here, let me just go into the volume mixer and, like, it goes up a little extra smidge. Okay, coffee.
sure, I'd prefer my coffee to taste good.
A little tiny smidge higher. There, how about?
It's not that I don't appreciate the flavor. It's just that it's not good for an elementary school kid to drink too much. So
It's not good for anyone to
someone
drink
who'd
too
appreciate
much.
a good cup of coffee, like from a cafe. I hope you have another cup the next time I make some. I'll make sure it tastes better by then. Well,
Let's
then,
get Gordon
good night.
Ramsay in this kitchen. You call yourself a chef? Take your jacket and fuck off!